Hey guys, this is Sandy White from Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. And I am back with something awesome. You guys may have heard of it. This is new to me, and I thought it would be quick and easy for you. All right, what we're going to do this segment is I'm going to show you a quick and easy way that you can get your kids to not only enjoy something that they already like, pizza, but with their veggies. And you can take this same concept and use it for a holiday twist, because we are coming up on our holidays, and you don't want to serve your dishes the same boring way, I should say. But let's jump right into it. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you something really easy. Steak. Well, there are cabbage steaks. How many of you have heard of cabbage steaks? I've never heard of it, but it's not new, but it is a comeback. And you want to know why? Because our health and wellness is on the rise. So you got to be mindful of using all of the high sodium meats and ingredients that you would normally use when you make your cabbage. I've always told you guys I use 2 ingredients, which is smoked turkey wings, which are already seasoned and they're not highly seasoned, and I use chicken broth. And then I cut up the cabbage, stick it in there, and let it go for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That's boring. So what I wanted to do is show you guys something new, something awesome that I've never shared with you all on this channel. So what I decided to do to make this easier on myself, when I got the cabbage, I just went and got some that are not super large, but small enough for me to cut what we consider steaks. And you know the size of a steak is about 1 inch to 1.5 inch. And then you got to get yourself a good knife. Make sure that you're not afraid of the knife, and a good cutting board. So I like the tail of it, so I'll cut this off like this. And this is not a bad, and then you want to make sure you take I took most of the outside leaves off because they are kind of hard, but this is the bottom, so it's okay to be a little small because you're going to have the content of what I'm going to show you on the inside. And then I have a nice flat cooking pan, and I have one of those sheets in there. You can put parchment paper in there, whatever works for you. But make sure you get a good 1.5 to 2 inch cut on this, because you don't want it to wilt on you and fall apart where you can't eat it. So this is falling apart on me, but that's a good cut. You can see that right there. So that's cut number 2. And also, this makes your table look, your presentation. I always tell you guys, do a really good presentation whether you're eating by yourself or you're eating with family and friends. That way the conversation is the focal point versus you scoffing down your food. Season it good, but not over season it. But I like making sure it's nice and pretty. I like making sure that I got pretty colorful plates, or the decorations are nice and pretty. Just don't have something boring. And so I'm just showing you something that you can include in your holiday and everyday cooking. Now, I also like this because you could cut these up and then you could put them in individual Ziploc bags, which is another tip if you have children. So I'm going to do I should be able to get 3 more or at least 2 more on here. At least I'm aiming for 4 where my husband and I would eat them, and then the way my kids would eat them. And if you do them like I'm telling you, they can do this on their own. So I'm going to, even though this one is falling apart a little bit, I'm going to put it in here anyway. you could put it in your oven, hit the broil for 12 to 15 minutes, or you can bake them for 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm going to go with the option of baking because I'm doing a combination of things and I don't want the lettuce to get all, like, I don't want to say wilted, but I don't want it to get brutalized. All right, so we're at the end and I'm making a mess, so I'm going to try a different one. And you want it to, when you cook it, have some type of caramelization on it. And then you can, I'm going to add my toppings before, but you can add your toppings before or afterwards. But with the pizza option, I'm going to do it beforehand. So like this one is a really good, nice size one. And then, so I'm only going to be able to get one more on here. But the kids can decorate this however they want. That's another way to get them to eat their vegetables. If you let them do their slice the way, and most kids don't like cabbage. However, I'm not telling you this is tricking them, but it's encouraging them. And keep in mind also, as the years go by, their taste buds will start to change. I know mine certainly did, but mine changed for a combination. Sorry, Mom. My mother was not a super duper cook, but there were some dishes that she can throw down on, and then there were some that she like downright butchered. And guess what? I had to learn why did I have a dinner party the first year I was married, knowing that I didn't know how to cook? I butchered it, but my guests were kind, they were courteous, they ate the food, and I was the one that says, basically apologizing because I was like, oh my God, this is disgusting. So I went on a mission outside of making sure you guys are healthy, is to learn how to cook. And then not only just cook, so to cook to be cooking, but cook so that it's enjoyable. Like I said, so it's a conversation piece and not just you going in there and you're done in 5 minutes. Try not to eat in front of the television. That's another tip. All right, so we're going to get into decorating our cabbage steaks, which I was not able to get 8 on here, but I was able to get 6. So I'm going to do these regular, and I'm going to do these like pizzas, and my kids are going to love them. So will yours. You don't have to do this. I'm going to tell you right now. I like peppers on mine. Most kids do not. If you're going to use peppers on the pizzas or on the cabbage steaks, when you make them like pizza, you need to cut these up like really small. Now, I didn't get the large ones. I got the small ones. Well, I consider this small, but it's small enough that you can make really good incisions on here. Don't put the seeds in here. These don't have a lot of seeds, so what I do is I cut around them, which is not hard to do. And if you take your time, you won't even have any of the seeds popping out. You could cut right on the edge, and look, all the seeds are still intact, which we do not want. And again, most kids, now we have what we call, I don't know, you guys might have Alitos up there, but most people have Domino's and pizza, Domino's and what's the other one? So you got Pizza Hut. They have, peppers and all that stuff on there too. However, again, most kids don't like that. Mine do, but they don't like them like ginormous like I like them. So I cut them up really small. And I'm only going to do one because sometimes my youngest one, he'll tell me he'll eat it, and then he ends up picking them off. So in my mind, that's being wasteful. Again, as I told you all before, kids' taste buds, even your taste buds, they change over time, and you have to respect that. So when I'm doing things like this, in this case, it's cabbage steaks and not, regular pasta or the, you could do pasta. You could do pizza on that flatbread, because I'm trying to get them not to have so many carbs going in their body throughout the day, because you should really only be doing like 25 to 30 unless you are doing some kind of high powered training. You don't need more than 25 to 30 grams of carbs a day. The less you have, and you can kind of stabilize it, you'll start noticing that your body will not retain excess weight. So if you're not doing a bunch of exercise, your kids aren't doing a bunch of exercise, and y'all are doing more on a computer and sitting on the sofa, you need to cut those carbs down. I'm not telling you to cut down the foods that you like, and this is why I'm showing you all the cabbage steaks. You got to come up with alternatives. That doesn't mean you stop eating the foods that you love. I love pizza. I'm not going to stop eating it, but I will switch it up and do something like this. So this is about all that I'm going to do with the peppers. I'm just going to use the yellow one. That's just going to be it. Now, you can use avocado oil. If I was going to broil it, I would use the avocado oil because it does very well with high heat. But since I'm not going to broil it, and if you decide to broil it, it's 12 to 15 minutes. Also, check your oven because everybody's oven temperature varies because it depends on the make and model that you have. So I'm just actually going to roast mine, and I'm going to use the olive oil. And even if you did decide, well, I want to roast it, you could still use the avocado oil, but I'm not going to waste mine today. I'm just going to use the olive oil. I'm going to put some on here. This helps it to caramelize and get a nice little crisp on it. And after I put the olive oil on it, then I do my seasoning because it'll stick better. If you try to do this prior to adding the olive oil, most of your seasoning is just going to fall off. So the olive oil is basically sticking. I'm using it as a binder, so I don't lose the content of the seasoning that I want to put on. And don't go crazy with the salt. I just do a little bit, and then I like using, this is Mrs. Dash, and it is the original, and I love the flavor of it, the dry seasoning on it, and I just go wild with it. You know, not to the point where you're going to have somebody coughing because it's gagging them because you put too much on there. But you don't have to be stingy with the Mrs. Dash. If you like that's garlic, if you like garlic, add some of that on there. But I'm just giving you some options. You pretty much take care of the steaks when you're doing the pizza version as if you're using regular dough. Just flavor it the same way. Now, I didn't do this. I thought about it after the fact. But I will do the steaks next time with the pomegranate seeds. I love the flavor of it. And if you've had pomegranate seeds before, you know if you eat them fresh, the seeds are a little challenging. But if you bake them, they get nice and soft. And then if you like that pomegranate juice, it bakes right into that. And then you have the sweet, salty type of taste for your steak. And as you can see, I'm doing this just as if I'm making a regular pizza. And my kids like pepperoni, so I am going to add the pepperoni on there. And we are going to be sticking this for 25 to 28 minutes, 400 degrees. I'm just going to bake mine. I think that's a lot easier. And then I'm going to show you guys what they look like. We're going to add my peppers. I'm going to try this one myself. But whatever toppings you want, that's what you're going to use. And you can put as little or as much as you want on there. I love pepperoni, so I get a little excited with them. Oh, I did this a little backwards. Forgot the marinara sauce. So I'm going to stick a little bit on here and then put some more cheese on here. But I do have a little another tip on how you can get a jar open if it's too tight for you. All right, so let me get a spoon, and then I'm going to show you, because you don't want to pour it on there and make a mess, because if you pour it on there, you're using cabbage steaks, the veins, it's just round, it's going to go right through there, and then you're going to make a really smoky mess in your house. So you want to just take a spoon and just ladle some on there. Okay, so let me show you that, and then we're going to pop them in the oven. Okay, so even though I did this backwards, it's still okay. I'm going to leave these plain, like I said, because I want my kids to be able to taste the cabbage. They like cabbage, so I don't have a problem with that. But I want them to be able to enjoy the cabbage just as a steak, and then it'll get a little caramelization on it, but then also as pizza. Now here, this is a brand new jar, and this is Rayo's homemade, and I like this because it's only 100 calories. The sodium is low, the fat is low, the cholesterol, there's no cholesterol in it. It's 420. It's a little high, but you're not using the whole jar. That's the sodium. And most of them, you guys know, that they be over 1,000 milligrams. The carbs are 6, and the fiber is 1. And it has 4 total sugars in here, because they have, total sugars, 4 grams. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay. Anyway, so this is a little hard. And what I would normally do is I would take it and bam, 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 with a knife or something hard. However, when you stick that back in your refrigerator, those divots in there kind of get, I don't know what the refrigerator and the cold and metal, it's almost like it reseals it. So what you can do is you could take the tip, like this is a can opener, and I have the soda pop, little, things that you would open your soda pop with. You put it in there, because some sodas still come with the individual glass ones, still come with the little top that has like the little ridges on it. So you would stick this in here. You would do the same thing on your marinara sauce. You just find a place where it will connect, and then you hear, I don't know if y'all heard it, but it went clunk. And now I don't have to beat the jar up. I open it up nice and easy. So I'm going to put a little sauce on here. And then I'm going to put more cheese, since I did not. The sauce should have went on after I seasoned it. But it's okay that I'm doing it like this. Or you don't have to put more cheese. It depends on how you like it. And then you can add your pepperonis on here. So a little bit more on each of these. And then I'm going to add, it looks like it'll take about 4 pepperoni, but me and all of my guessing, I've been using less. So we just going to see. And you don't have to, as I said, you don't have to get all excited with the sauce. And then add your pepperonis on. However, I love pepperoni, so for me, it's going to be more than 4. I'm just going to go buck wild with them. It's your pizza. Make it the way you want. Just make sure you eat it, because it's got your vegetables on it. And I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Your kids are going to love it. And if you have them do it, this is so weird. It's like psychologically, they will eat whatever they make, even if it's nasty. I don't understand that, but that's just how it goes. So I'm on my last steak that we are making into a pizza. But the ones that we did not make into a pizza, these are the ones that I'm talking about. You leave them just as they are. This is how you would serve it. Once it's done, it's caramelized. You could serve that at your Thanksgiving, your Christmas, your New Year's, and then it's less of a mess versus the first way I told you. You're cutting it up, you're putting your smoked turkey wings in there, you're using chicken broth. Say you don't even have that. This is an option if you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have my ingredients, I don't have the chicken broth, I don't have the smoked turkey wings. Cut them up, season them up, broil them, or put them in the roaster for 25 to 28 minutes. So I'm going to show you guys what they look like once this is done. Okay guys, they are about to come out the oven. Let's see what we're down to seconds. Yeah. All right, well, let's see what we look like. I'm going to take them out a couple seconds early because it's down to seconds. And they look incredibly beautiful. Look at that. You got cabbage steaks that are for the decorated or seasoned for pizza, and then you've got regular cabbage steaks, and they got just a little bit of crust on the edge, and I think this will look really nice, well, taste really nice, not outside of the fact of looking very nice on a plate with you could do chicken, you can do salmon, you can plate it with whatever you want, but we're gonna dig into this to see what it tastes like. Okay guys, so I already plated it, and I asked Mateo if he would come down to taste it, and it's good. If it's okay if your kids like it, it's okay if they don't like it. You just need to give them the option of eating pizza on something else other than flat bread and pizza dough. Like I said, he likes cabbage. This is just going to be a new version of how I make it. He's used to the chicken broth and the smoked turkey wings. So now, Mateo, can you taste the cabbage? Use your fork so it won't get all dirty, and just see if you like it. Blow it. Lean over. And I did season it maybe a little too much for you. I was trying to get the hubby on the camera, but he said he ain't gonna do it. But he watching us. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or yay! We have a winner chicken dinner. All right, so I'm gonna let Mateo finish this up, and I will see you guys next week. Remember, we broadcast every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WYTV7.org. Check out the platform, see what we're doing. Hit the broadcasters button, scroll down. You'll find me, Simply Fit. Leave your questions and comments there. We're on a mission to save 1 million lives by encouraging individuals to live a simply fit life through health and nutrition. And this is an option that you can use with your kids to the road of your health and wellness journey. Until next week, mwah. See you later. Bye. You guys tell Mateo bye too. See ya.